All right, welcome back to part 3 of packing for your motorcycle trip. In this video, we're going to cover documents required for traveling to Mexico and final preparations before we depart. So these videos are sponsored by the online part store at Pack Moto Tours. So come check us out at packmototours.com/store. Also, would love it if you'd subscribe to this YouTube channel. Lots of great how-to videos on motorcycle maintenance for your R1200 GS and R1200 RT. Okay, lots of preparation for this trip. I put on new Dunlop Trail Max Mission tires. There's a video on removing and replacing wheels on this YouTube channel. Oil and filter, spark plugs, air filter, final drive fluid change, new battery. Videos on all of these are also on this YouTube channel. Okay, so let's head inside now and talk about documents required for traveling to Mexico. So on this trip, we're not just heading to Baja, which is awesome. We're also heading into the mainland, Mexico. So let's go inside and look at those documents. Okay, let's go over the documents you need for motorcycle travel into Mexico. So the very first thing is when you cross the border, you need to stop at the INM office. It's the Mexican Immigration Office, and get your FMM, which is essentially a tourist visa. If you do it online in advance and pay for it, that's fine. There's really not much benefit because you still need to stop in the office and get it stamped. So you'll need your passport or a passport card as well. So if you are going to Mexico for 7 days or less, this is free. If you're there for more than 7 days, up to 180 days, this FMM costs, I think it's 594 pesos, which is about 30 bucks. So that's the very first step. Passport, get your FMM, or if you've done it online, get it stamped when you get to the border. Also, on a motorcycle, or a car for that matter, you must have motorcycle-specific motorcycle insurance. So you have to have liability, Mexican liability insurance. So my policy here is through Chubb. I bought it on bajabound.com. So that's what I recommend for you as well. The prices are pretty darn good. So your American insurance will not work in Mexico. It may work in Canada, but it will not work in Mexico. Okay, you do not need a temporary import permit for taking your motorcycle into Mexico as long as you stay within the tourist zone. So you can see right here on this map that all of Baja is covered by the tourist zone, and then part of Sonora, so Puerto Peñasco, all the way down a bit. So all of that is in the tourist zone, and a temporary import permit is not required. Outside of that, you need to get a temporary import permit to bring your motorcycle into the country. So you do that at the office. Once you cross the border, you need to bring in your FMM that you got stamped at the immigration office, your passport, of course. So you'll need an original and 2 copies of the following documents. So a passport or your passport card and 2 copies. So I have 2 copies here of my passport. And then either your original registration and 2 copies, which I have here, or your title, original title and 2 copies, which I have here. I'm bringing both the title and the registration. I'm not sure exactly which one they're going to want, so I thought I would bring both just to be certain. Okay, in addition to those items that are required, I also purchased basically health insurance through World Nomad. So this has some trip cancellation and some trip interruption benefit, emergency, accidental, and medical expense up to $100,000, emergency evacuation up to $300,000, etc., etc. For about $100 for my trip, this is well worth the money. I am taking the ferry from La Paz to Mazatlan, so I'm going to bring a copy of my ticket with me as well. So when I get to the ticket office, they will actually print out my tickets, but this is all my confirmation information. The world of COVID is still changing very fast, so I recommend that you bring your COVID vaccine card. It is not required at this point in time. This is late December 2021. At this time, it's not required to cross the land border, but you never know what will change. And then, of course, I just bring my American motorcycle insurance card with me. Okay, and then what I do is I have 3 copies of everything that I travel with me. So once I get my FMM and my temporary import permit, I will take that copy and put it inside my primary bag here. If I have an opportunity to make a copy, I'll make 2 copies and put them in my 2 backup bags. Same with my temporary import permit, so I have a copy of everything. So this primary bag is in a waterproof Ziploc bag. It's made by Locksack. So this original set of documents I keep on myself in a pocket in my motorcycle jacket. Okay, I carry another set of documents that I put inside my pannier that will stay locked. So that's my third set of documents. And then an example, my second set of documents I put under the rear seat, and I'll just give you an example of what I have in here. So basically it's a copy of everything that I just showed you. So a copy of my driver's license, a copy of my passport card, there's actually a copy of my global entry card, COVID card, insurance, registrations right here, a copy of my passport, there's a copy of my insurance policy, my World Nomads health policy, and I have a backup FMM in here as well, and then I have a copy of my ferry ticket from La Paz into Mazatlan. So those are all the documents that I carry and how I carry them. I also have a scanned backup in a cloud drive. In my case, they're in Dropbox. So I recommend that you have all of those documents with you. You never know when you're going to need a document, or you lose something and you're going to need a copy. Okay, excuse me. I also have some pesos. So I contacted the bank and had the bank order some pesos for me. So in this case, this is 10,000 pesos, about $500. What I do with pesos, with money, is I keep what I'm going to use every day in my wallet. And what I'm not using for that day, I have separated into 2 different spots and hidden among my things, so that at no time could I have everything that I own get lost or misplaced or stolen or something like that. So right now in Mexico, the exchange rate's about 100 to 1. I'm sorry, 20 to 1 is the exchange rate. So for me, the easiest way to do the math on the road is to divide by 10 and then divide by 2. So this 100 peso note, divide by 10, that's 10. Divide by 2, that's 5. So this 100 peso note's worth about $5 to me, so I know how much I'm spending. So there we go. There's all the documents and money, how I keep it organized and secure, and I hope this is helpful for you. I hope that was helpful on discussing documents needed for travel to Mexico. Next, we're going to load the GPS routes that I've built in Basecamp on my GPS, and then we're going to talk about how I like to stay in touch with family and friends while I'm away on a trip. So, all right, let's go head back inside. Okay, I've spent a couple of weeks working on getting the route into Basecamp, and now it's time to load it into my Garmin. So let's do that. There we go, simple enough. Finally, I also wanted to show you a couple of ways that I stay in touch with friends and family. One is with my Garmin InReach Mini. I've got it set to drop a pin every 10 minutes. So friends and family can follow along and see exactly where I am and what I'm up to. I've also set up some preset messages so that I can let people know, my wife in particular, that I've made it to our location safely. And in many places in Baja, there is just not cell service unless you're in a pretty decent size town. So you can see the address to that in my case is share.garmin.com/packmototours. All right, the other thing I do is keep a blog, so a nice easy way to capture everything that's going on. This one is run through blogger.com. So the address for mine is bendtotheend.com. What I like about this, I'm sure others are the same way, is I can simply send an email to a particular blogger account, pictures, description, everything, and just email it, and it will automatically update on its post to my my blog site. So there you go. I thought I would just share those those things with you. Okay. Okay, there we have it. We are packed and ready to go. I hope you've enjoyed this 3-part series on packing for your motorcycle trip. And I don't know, let's take a little walk around the motorcycle, show you everything one last time, and then off we go. Thanks for watching. Remember, these videos are sponsored by the online part store at Pack Moto Tours. So packmototours.com/store. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the road. All right, we'll give you a little walk around on the motorcycle. So everything's packed up. I know my InReach Mini should really be attached to my riding suit, but I have an older Aero Stitch. It doesn't have a built-in loop. I probably need to add one, but right now it's mounted on the motorcycle. So everything's ready. Dry bag strapped down. It's got all my clothes in it. I've got a backpack with a water pouch in it. Panniers are all packed up. You can see I've got 3 liters of gasoline across the back. I've got 2 bottles of water ready to go, and that's about it. Let's go get rolling. All right, let's go. Oh damn, it's snowing.